later. Okay, hopefully Galaxy can be live better than an iPhone, because the iPhone was not working at all.
No, and I'm still eating food right now. It's not ready.
So thank you everybody who is stuck around, because I feel like that took a hot minute to try to get this started.
Yeah.
And I think the reason is because we're currently in a national park. We're at the very base of Olympic National. So there's a giant mountain behind us, and there's not a ton of service.
No.
We're trying to boost it. We're trying to get all this stuff, and we thought that we had enough to make it work on both, but
I gotta ask, can you guys hear us? Can you see us? Let me
us know in the chat. Send us a little message. Make sure that we're all good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because what is it? It only took 23 minutes for this to work.
Yeah, we're basically 30 minutes late for our live.
Right? Sorry about that. Oh, great!
Yes, we even get comments now,
Encompass
too.
Adventure, nice to see you. Matilda, nice to see you.
What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we're so happy. So, oh, great.
Nice,
yes. Yay. Woo, sorry, Paco. I didn't realize that you were counting on me for your stability there, bud. All right, so we're in Olympic National right now, and we were planning on being in Olympic National, but we were planning on being at the top of Olympic National. There's a beautiful hike and observation point up there. Great to see you guys, Van Helia. Ooh, I gotta like come in for the chat. I feel like
it comes and goes pretty quick.
I need my eyeballs. I meant glasses. I have my eyeballs.
I'll grab your glasses.
No, I don't know if it's gonna help. Anyways, okay. Chris, hi, nice to see you, Chris. Rob is here. Oh, great. Everybody can hear us. Awesome. Okay, cool.
So let me ask you guys this. Have you guys heard the story of what happened yet? How we broke down? Anything like that? I need to know before we could go on with the story. I don't want to say it 6 times.
Well,
I guess we sort of have to anyway.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to anyways. So if we are repeating ourselves, Van Life with Gina says hi.
And no.
Van
Okay,
says
so.
No. Okay, all right. So we were planning on being at the top of this mountain. Yeah. Paco, don't bite me. No biting.
All right, so we're planning on being at the top of this mountain, doing a beautiful van tour of our, renovated van.
Newly renovated van.
As you guys know, we renovated We renovated a bunch, as well as we gotta turn off those notifications. We renovated a bunch, as well as we did a bunch of work to the engine underneath the hood, and we changed out the turbo.
We thought we were good to go.
We test drove it yesterday. We went up to the top of a mountain yesterday, had a wonderful time. It was beautiful, and went on a hike and had a great day. And then we made it over here to the park, and as we were headed up the mountain,
which is a pretty steep incline.
Yeah,
and yesterday was like 90 degrees.
Yeah, it was really hot. It was at least 95. I remember when we were leaving Port Angeles area, it literally said 95 on the dashboard. So, very hot day. We're climbing up a super steep hill, and I noticed the van heating up a bit. And I'm like, the fan will kick on, everything will be okay.
Hi, Sue.
And the fan kicks on, and it comes back down, and we're still going up, and we're just like pushing through. And sure enough, I'm just like, this is the hottest I've ever seen the van. And it didn't get into the red zone yet, but it was hot enough for me to start feeling like something's not right.
So we pull over, and then we start seeing smoke coming off of the hood. And we're like, oh, shit, that's not good. What's that, Marilyn? Last time I saw you were doing the renos. Yeah, so we haven't shared any of this yet, because usually the vlog is about a week behind what we're actually doing. Yeah. So for more reliable updates, I guess Instagram would be the better place, but we also haven't been very good about posting stories on there lately either.
I feel like we just
Bob
been so
is here.
busy.
Bob's Adventure. Hi.
We've just been so busy with everything that's been going on that we've been. Hey, stop.
Sean from Lowe's.
We've been. Oh, what up, Sean? we've been so deep in that stuff that it's been hard to stay on top of social media. Yeah. And we apologize for that. We'll get.
We're like, okay, great. As soon as we get back on the road, we'll be able to like do all the things we're supposed to be doing. And then this happens. So we're climbing. We stop because the engine's too hot. We start seeing smoke come out of it. We get out of the car, pop the hood, And what do you see?
I see the antifreeze leaking out because we've
like
just
bubbling
overheated
over.
a bit. So now, not only do I see that, I jump underneath the van to make sure there's nothing else leaking, no transmission fluid, no oil, none of that. I look underneath, none of that's leaking, and then all of a sudden I see something dripping in the back, and I go to the back and I get underneath the car and I touch it and I smell it, and I'm like, that's diesel fuel. I'm like, what the hell? Where are we leaking fuel from? So I pop my head underneath there even further, and I notice right underneath our exhaust pipe, I should have put a little piece of metal there because it melted the diesel line going to our heater inside the van.
Yes. And so I don't know exactly what I'm saying right now. But
okay.
So the line there's like a vacuum to it that's like not like a real vacuum, but like a suction.
It's like a straw. Think about it when you put a straw in a cup and you pull into it, and then if you bring it down further, it will keep flowing.
Right. So we have this like vacuum going, and it's literally just like spewing diesel onto the ground.
And we're in a national park, mind you, so we don't want to be dripping this shit out.
No.
You know? So then I get underneath the van, and I notice that it's that diesel line, so I'm able to get my hand up.
He's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this. Not in a million years. I'm never going to be able to stop this.
So let me give you guys a visual, right? You have your gas tank, then you have your drive shaft, and then next to your drive shaft is the steaming hot tailpipe, the exhaust pipe. So I have to reach this arm up in there and try not to hit my elbow on it because immediately I'll get third-degree burns. So I get my arm up there and I squeeze it in and I pull the little line out. How I got there, I have no idea.
It was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. So it starts to flow out a little bit, and I noticed that it's starting to slow down though. Yeah. So at this point, we know that we've broke that vacuum, and now it's not pulling it out anymore. It's just leaking on the floor and getting the residual out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, we could deal with this. I'm like, but I need to find service because I walk to the side of the road. I'm like, Alex, I need to hitchhike down.
Well, we have zero service up here is the thing. And there's a couple people who are like there. It's like a kind of like a trailhead basically. And so people are stopping and they're getting out or whatever. And this one family, like nobody had service that we talked to.
No one.
But the one family was like, well, we're on our way down. So when we go to the ranger station, we can let them know that you need help. And then they'll send a ranger.
Yeah.
Great. But we were like, okay, let's like double up and see if we can find cell phone service so that we can call our insurance company and get a tow.
And at some point in time, when we were coming up the mountain, we noticed that we had a little bit of service.
Yeah, we stopped for a moment because we were like, oh, the engine's getting a bit hot. So we pulled over to like a scenic overlook, went out and looked at the beautiful view, and then got back in the car and was like, okay, I think it's okay. Like the engine temperature came down a bit, so we should be fine. Yep. But at that point, we had a little bit of service, at least enough service to make a phone call. So we figure, let's just do it again. 2020 is the year of experience.
Yeah,
some good, some bad.
Yeah, we've learned a lot this year for sure.
So
I then get on my bicycle and start flying down this mountain. And I mean, like legit flying down the mountain. I'm trying to press my brakes just to slow myself down. I'm going so fast. And I get to this area that's probably about 2 miles down the hill. It took me about 5 minutes to get down there on my bike flying. And so now I'm thinking while I'm going down, like, oh shit, I got to bike ride back up this thing. And I got to hope that I get service when we get down there. So I get down there, and sure enough, no service. I wound up talking to a nice RV family. They rented an RV and were traveling. And I'm like, hey, do you guys have service? They all said no. And I'm like, all right, I can back up this hill now. So
meanwhile, I'm at the car waiting for like ever for him. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like a little bit worried, but I'm waiting for this ranger to show up because I figure, all right, this family was driving down. We've only been coming up this road like 15 minutes. So like it can't be that long for them to get to the ranger station. And then like how much longer for the ranger to get up here? You'd think that it would be like tickety boo.
Yeah, no, it took forever. And guess what? Nobody came.
Sean.
You're
Might be
right,
time to
Sean.
invest in a signal booster.
Sean, you are right, and we actually been talking about that and been looking into it. We're trying to find one that's reliable. We heard and read a lot of bad reviews about the e-boost and stuff like WeBoost. So if you guys know of any out there, let us know. Hit us up in the comments because we'll definitely invest in one of those.
Yeah. But you're right, Armando. I did have Paco to keep me safe. He would have barked like a madman at anybody who tried to come near. And actually, he scared a couple hikers on their way to the path.
Don't let this sweet, sweet sleeping face distract you because he will bark at you.
But yeah, so now you have to get back up.
Oh, yeah. So now I am on the bike and I'm riding the bike back up and I'm like, I can do this. And at the same time, when I was riding down, I'm thinking to myself, like, I saw this, like, expert rider coming up, and he was just, like, like, dying, basically. And I'm sitting there like, oh, man, this is going to be horrible. So I'm trekking up this mountain, and I'm riding, and I get to a point where it's, like, you know, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is the hottest point of the day out here.
The sun was, like...
It felt like it was about 100 degrees with the heat, like, you know, with that heat index or whatever. And I'm dying. To the point where I get off my bike. And I don't get off my bike. Like, Alex, you're going to ask Alex.
We did this one ridiculous, like, 4-hour bike ride through Seattle. It was, like, up and down and up and down and up and down. I gave up, like, 5 times. He was behind me. We're both on our bikes, and he's pushing me up the hill with his bike.
Yeah.
Like, he does not give up on bike rides. You actually called me a quitter multiple times on that bike
ride. That's fucked up on my part, but that's what happens.
Marilyn asked, do you ever feel like it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck at all?
Oh, oops. Yeah, I've definitely been there before. But you know what? I feel like I have a lot of good luck, too. So
yeah, I mean, I think generally we're pretty lucky and, like, things just tend to work out, which is a bit of, like, a double-edged sword because when things always just kind of work out, haha.
Yeah, I would love to install a flux capacitor. Then we could travel through time as well.
Bob called you a quitter.
Oh, I know. I was a quitter. You're right, Bob. I missed that.
But yeah, I think that we get so much good luck that we're just like, take it for granted in the sense that we're just like, oh, it'll all work out. Or I literally had posted on Instagram that morning of like, oh, like we never plan out any of our hikes. We just kind of show up and whatever happens, happens. And like, we fly by the seat of our pants. And like, perhaps if we didn't fly by the seat of our pants a little bit more, we would have known how steep the incline was to get up to the top of the mountain and rethought doing it in 94-degree heat.
Yeah, it was probably a bad decision, but at the same time, I'm also super grateful for where it happened because we were able to ride down and, well, let me continue the story first. So I wind up riding up the mountain, getting off my bike, then trying to get back on. I'm trying to hitchhike. I'm sticking my thumb out. People are just passing me up. And, like, you know, you get that feeling of, like, man, people are so messed up. They don't help each other out. But at the same time...
we drove by a hitchhiker yesterday.
Yeah.
And didn't pick them
up.
Correct.
It slapped your face, wake up, because you didn't pick them up.
I'm just realizing this.
Yeah, correct.
Because we were in, like... I want to say wine country, but it's not. It's like lavender country. So there's like lavender farms everywhere and all these little farmsteads. And it's a very cute little town. And there was this person hitchhiking. They literally looked like they were from the Matrix.
Yeah, like full black down.
All black, everything. A huge black long cape, like leather.
I think they might have had like a purple backpack on too for some reason, I remember.
I was just like, well, it's 94 degrees outside and like, what are you doing wearing all this crazy clothes? Armando doesn't want us to pick up hitchhikers. But it's
sometimes you have to though, like
I feel like it's karma. Like if we had picked up that hitchhiker, maybe somebody would have picked up Frank.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, all I was trying to get is somebody in a pickup truck to let me throw the bike in the back. And let me throw the bike in the back, and then I get to sit in the bed of the truck. Like I get the whole COVID thing. I had a mask on me, so like you know that situation is washed out in a sense. But people were just passing by me, and I'm like dripping in sweat. I look like I'm gonna die. All I need is a bottle of water.
He forgot to bring a bottle of water.
If somebody would throw a bottle of water out the window to me, I would be grateful. I'd be like, oh, you're the best person ever, you know? Like, sorry, I can't give you a ride, but here's a bottle of water. I'd be like, I fucking love you. So yeah, with all that being said, I finally make it up to the top of this mountain, and like I'm coming up to Alex, and Alex must look like death hit me.
You did. I couldn't even see him. He didn't even say hello. All I hear is like somebody
The
messing
bike,
with the bike
the
rack.
bike going on the back.
And I'm like, what? So I like look out and I'm like, okay, it must be him. So I come out and I'm like, hey, and he's just like
Dead.
he goes and sits on a rock and I'm like, did you get service? And he's like, no, I didn't.
Go ahead. You keep talking.
Which was such a bummer, honestly, because by this point it had been like 2 hours. So I've been sitting in this parking lot for 2 hours with nobody coming. A ranger never showed up. Frankie's basically gone missing. I'm like worried about him this whole time. So he finally gets back up and he hasn't got on the phone for cell phone service. So now I'm like, oh my God, like what are we going to do? So luckily it had been 2 hours because at one point I clicked the engine. I didn't turn it all the way over, but I just turned it on to open the windows. And I saw that the engine temperature had come down to like 180. So I'm like, okay, at least the engine temperature has come down a bit.
Mm.
And I'm looking under the car and I see that the leak has basically stopped.
Yeah.
So Frankie's back and we're like, okay, we could probably start the car and like, let's just like see if we can kind of cruise down the mountain because it's all downhill and, you know, basically put the car in neutral.
Just let it roll.
Excuse me. Yeah, let it roll, not use any gas, not heat up the engine at all. And, well, this is the other kind of karma thing. When we were driving into the park, I don't know if I should say this part, because technically. So on Overlander, there was a spot at the very top of this mountain that was like one of the only places in Olympic National. Technically, you're not allowed to park there.
But nobody will go up there due to the fact that the road is just treacherous. Yeah.
And so we're like, no problem. Lolo's gotten through everything. You know, another couple on Overlander, I don't know if they're a couple, another human on Overlander said that they made it up to the mountain in their 2019 ProMaster. So we're like, okay, we're about the same size, we're about the same capacity.
Yep.
Like, if they could make it, we could make it.
Yep.
So we're like, let's go for it. So we're at the gate for the national park. And the lady's like, are you guys going to stay overnight? And we're like, no, we're just coming to look around for the day. She's like, okay, great, cool, because technically you're not allowed to park
She's like, if you are, the only place you could camp at is the campsite right here about 200 feet ahead. Yeah.
So we knew that there was this campsite here at the bottom of the road that we came up. So we're like, let's just cruise down the hill, roll into that campground, because at this point, it's like 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
5 or 6 o'clock. Yeah, it must have been 6 o'clock.
It was 6 o'clock at night at least, because the sun was starting to go down.
Yeah, and so like it's 6 o'clock on a Sunday in a small town. No auto mechanic is going to be open. So we're like, we just need somewhere to stay for the night. The only other options on Overlander that we'd seen from earlier was a Walmart outside of town and a rest stop outside of town. So, you know, we didn't want to have to drive the extra way to get there. So we're like, let's just get down the hill. We'll let the air that's hitting the vehicle on the way down without the engine going, cool the engine off. Which technically we could have just done originally, but because the diesel fuel was leaking,
yeah,
we were like, oh my God, the car is going to blow up.
Well, we're lucky we stopped in a sense, because if we would have left that open and that pump would have kept pumping, it would have kept pumping fuel out that line more than likely too. So we probably would have lost more fuel.
And we would have just been leaking diesel the whole way down the hill.
And that smell off the exhaust would have been so
disgusting, because like the diesel was splashing onto like everything under there.
Yep.
And because everything under there was so hot, it was almost immediately like evaporating. So we probably definitely ingested some not healthy things yesterday. Yeah, we made some bad.
But on the bright side, when we got down, we were able to park in this beautiful campsite, and we have a bathroom right up the way that we could go use. And on top of that, we got to sit down and play some games.
Yeah, I mean, we played one game.
Yeah.
We were honestly a little bit bummed out last night. We're a little bit bummed out today, too. Just like, it's unfortunate that, you know, we put so much time and energy into the van. fixing the van up. We put so much money into fixing the van up. You know, Frankie was in there, like, fixing things, doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, you know, we've done all these things, and, you know, this is what we're going to need to do to have a great working vehicle.
For X amount of time without having to worry about anything.
And then the second day that we're trying to ride it.
No biting. Stop your biting. Yeah, the second day that we're out there riding, it gave out on us. You know, it's unfortunate, and we just got to, like, stick it through and be happy. And, you know, everything happens for a reason. We're in this place, in this time, for a reason. You know,
yeah.
Whether it holds us back right now, that's fine. It's going to put us in a position later on in the future to be in a much better spot.
Mm-hmm. And you're right, Armando. It's, you know, the greatest thing is that we're fine.
Yeah.
And technically the van is fine. We can still drive. We didn't have to get a tow truck.
Nobody. No.
And we're in a beautiful place, which is great. Paco, unfortunately, can't run around here.
Yeah.
He has to be on a leash at all times.
And he can't go to any trails either.
Yeah, so none of the trails around here are dog friendly either. So he's got a little bit of energy, as you can see.
We're going to have to go on a nice long walk after this.
Yeah, we've already done some nice long walks today, but he
needs to run.
He just loves to be active. Yeah. And, like, the best thing that we could do is, like, throw the ball around with him. But
it's still on a leash, though.
But, like, he can only go, you can, like, only, like, toss it gently on the leash, and then that's it.
It's, like, 6 feet away and have to pull him back. Like,
yeah.
Stop biting. No more biting. No more.
We could get his ball, but then all you would hear on the live chat is, like, it would be really bad.
He likes that sound, though.
But, yeah, everything's great. Sue says so happy things are going to work out.
Yeah,
totally.
Thanks,
Bob
Mom.
says breakdowns always suck. They do. And, you know, it's not just that you're stranded. It's that, you know, your house is your vehicle.
Yep.
So when you're broken down, it's not just your van and then you go home and then deal with it later. It's your house is broken down. So, you know, it's a bit tricky to navigate.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're going to go to the mechanic tomorrow. We're going at 4 p.m. So
we're only going to get a diagnosis from them. We're not going to get anything more than that. And realistically, they said that this is their pro for these, these type of vehicles and whatnot. But I just don't know if somebody could diagnose it in 2 hours. I just, we'll see.
Well, also, I don't know if they have a special computer machine to plug in and then.
Yeah, well, they could look at the temperatures and things like that, but like to actually diagnose it correctly, they gotta really look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're going late in the day, so obviously that's kind of working against us. They're gonna look at it, and hopefully they could diagnose something.
And then they're gonna have to order the part if there is a part that we're gonna definitely need some type of part or a cleaning of some sort to happen in order for our cooling system to work properly. That's the thing, and once they know what it is, they're gonna, either try to sell us something or actually tell us the truth of what's actually happening. Right. And then they're gonna be able to replace it and bam, the car works. Right. Or they're gonna replace something and it's not it, and then they're gonna have to replace something else, Well,
I mean, ideally it's a one-shot fix. I mean, the other flip side is that technically the van is still drivable, so perhaps we go get it diagnosed tomorrow, they order the part, they say it's going to be here in 2 days, we can kind of putz around the area and, like, see what there is to do. Luckily, we're in a really beautiful place. Sean says they will definitely be able to diagnose it within 2 hours. Have faith. Plus, it just disappears, sorry. Plus, you guys were smart to stop when you noticed it overheating instead of pushing it.
Yeah. Well, 100%, Sean, you're right, because the diesel engines are very, once they overheat, they can break down a lot easier. Like, you can warp heads and things like that a lot easier in these diesel vans. So, stopping before it actually overheats is very important with these type of vehicles, and every vehicle generally.
Let's see. What was this other comment? Marilyn says that sucks. The trails aren't dog friendly. I totally agree. Even if he's on a leash, Paco acts like he's with you forever and not just short time. Couldn't imagine not having my Bella. I know, it's so hard.
He's so sweet.
People have said to us before we got the dog that it's gonna be so complicated because the dogs can't go certain places and things like that. And to date, we haven't really had any issues with taking him with us. a couple days ago we got to a trail. Obviously we did no research beforehand because that's what we do, and there was a big sign that said no pets, but then like 3 or 4 dog owners walked out with their dogs, and while we were kind of debating like, oh well, it says no pets, like should we, the people were like, oh no, it doesn't matter, like everybody's got their dogs down there. Hello silly. Hello silly. Oh.
Yeah, we went on the hike with the dog just like
no problem did. And we just kept him on his leash, and we kept a tight leash, and like, you know, that's fine. So we would hate to leave our Paco. I mean, obviously in the winter when we're gonna go snowboarding, we're gonna have to leave him in the van for a little bit. The van will be heated.
Yeah, he'll be in a climate controlled area.
I wonder if we could put him in like a little snowboard backpack.
I mean, like, that'd be amazing if I could snowboard down the mountain with him. I don't know how much he would love it, but
he's just in the back like
over time I think he would get used to it.
Hi.
Right? You get used to snowboarding? Or do you want to run down the mountain? We would just
He's getting used to getting his teeth brushed, but he still will not let us cut his nails.
Yeah, we're still.
He will like
trying.
Give you his paw, and he'll let you touch his nails.
Look, he's
a little bit riled up. Hey, dude. Van Helia.
So I actually they said stuck thermostat, test new one in pot of boiling water before a new one is installed to see how it works. Several dead ones right out of the box. I mean, it could definitely be that.
Literally just put in a new thermostat. I guess you played with it a little bit, but we didn't test it in boiling water.
Yeah, I should have definitely tested it in boiling water to see if it worked. And we actually have had that thermostat for, I mean, at least 9 months to a year.
It's just been sitting in the back of the van.
Yeah, in the back of the van.
So maybe that's it.
So maybe that is it. And hopefully that is all it is. The thing that sucks is I literally just installed it. Like,
and did the oil change that you have to do.
So they're gonna have to do both of those again in order to, you know, get to that part. I got what?
I got a sweater for Paco.
Oh, thank you, Mom. Yes, I can't wait to see this sweater. He's
gonna need it. Even like today. Today it wasn't even that cold, and he was like shaking this morning.
You know, it definitely could be air pockets in that heating core line. You know, I just wonder how they're supposed to bleed out. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I gotta read that other comment. I know you just need to get it on snowboard student board, my friend.
A snowboard student board for Paco. That would be awesome.
That would be so sweet. I don't know how much he would love that because we got to get him on the skateboard.
Yeah, we're trying skateboarding first. We bought longboards recently, so we've been kicking around on those. We haven't in a little bit because we were staying somewhere super hilly, like ups and downs, and it made me really nervous to get on the longboard because like as soon as you start rolling, you get like speed, and I am not used to that. Like I just got used to speed on snowboards, and the nice thing about snowboards is that when you wipe out in snow.
Yeah.
Well, on a skateboard or a longboard, when you wipe out on concrete.
Yeah.
And so that is a little bit more scary.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be really cool to have him be a board dog. I think scroll up.
Yeah.
Garrett's Journey. Thank God for your comment about my macrame earlier. This bad boy took a while. This one was a quick little project just to hold our hats, which we take down when we try to sit here.
So Jared's Journey said, even though it wasn't the thermostat, put a new one in again since it's been overheated now. Sometimes they won't function correctly after a large temperature spike. Oh. You're correct about that too. The one thing is we actually didn't fully overheat, which is good. I would take that recommendation and have them replace it though. I appreciate that advice.
Is it like a simple part? Like a
that's the one that you
I know, but is it an inexpensive part?
Yeah. Thermostats aren't expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should also get a new fuel
compared to a radiator, yeah. It's definitely inexpensive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Frankie's like looking online at all these like possible, you know, issue, you know, what could it be? It's almost like looking up WebMD, like, oh, I have a bump.
Well, so
and then WebMD's like, it's cancer.
To see if there has been like a actual heat transfer happening, and it does seem like there is a heat transfer. I do have to look up more information on what that heat transfer is supposed to be, though. And then once I know what that is, then I can properly say whether or not it's that coil.
I have no idea what anything you just said means.
It's a trick that you use in air conditioning too as well. That if the temperature across the coil isn't proper, then you need to either pressure wash it to clean it, or you might need to do a chemical clean. It all depends on what type of system you have.
Wow.
That's what just happened to her.
Yeah, I just like zoned out for a minute. Sorry, guys.
It probably happened to a lot of you too, right?
Woo. But yeah, so we're at this campground now. We don't usually stay in campgrounds just because we prefer to boondock.
Yeah.
We also prefer not to spend the money to stay in campgrounds. Yeah. This place is only $10 a night though, so it's not that bad. We paid for one night last night, and then after we talked to the mechanic, we realized we'd have to be here one more night. We extended it one more night. So, not crazy on the budget, which is good.
And if you guys do want to help out with anything with the repairs and receive something in return, we do have stickers for sale. They're $5 a piece. You can click on the link in the bio. That's one easy way to get to it. PayPal, whatever.
I don't know if there's a link in this.
I thought you put it in there. Yeah.
Yeah?
It should be. Yeah, it should be automatically.
Armando, I have enjoyed the stream. I have to go now. I'm glad you guys are both all right. Thanks, Armando.
Good night, Armando. Thanks for tuning in.
Tell your wife we say hello as well.
There's actually no shower here, Sean.
There's no shower. How can you believe that? It's a campsite, but there is literally just a bathroom with 2 stalls, 2 sinks, and no soap.
No soap. So, I mean, I thought that was like one of the main things with COVID is like wash your hands. So I think they should put soap in there. Yeah. What exactly?
Yeah.
The one good thing is, Sean, is they do have water hookups. So we could take a shower in the van.
We took a shower in the van.
And then we could go fill up our water after before we're leaving. So.
And we obviously have our own soap and everything. So that's good. It just seems a bit strange that like the campground wouldn't have soap in the bathroom.
How dirty was the coolant when you did the thermostat? If it was really dirty, you may have to either really flush. So the coolant actually didn't look dirty. When it was coming out, I was watching it coming directly out of the tube, and it was blue. So I don't think it's that. The coil itself, though, is definitely dirty from riding like through these like dirt roads and stuff. So one thing we're gonna do tomorrow is we're gonna head down to town and we're gonna go get a car wash and take care of the car. That way we could spray down the coil and everything and see if maybe that helps make a difference.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
It was Sean freaking out about the bathrooms here.
Yeah. Oh, you like our way around that, huh, Sean? You like how we thought about the shower thing?
But yeah, I feel like nowadays, especially if you're living van life, you kind of have to have an onboard shower or like way to clean because Planet Fitnesses aren't open for showers. Some of them are, some of them aren't. So it's a bit of a crapshoot. Same with other gyms.
Yeah.
So, and like YMCAs are closed and like all these facilities where you would normally go to use a public shower just aren't feasible right now.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a shower on board, you're gonna maybe go a good couple of days without having a shower.
Correct. Yeah. And I think that like maybe looking into one of those recirculating showers would be a good idea. Even if it's like a small, like Amazon one that you could just hook up a line to and then it regenerates that water and then you only use 2 gallons of water rather than 5 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little things to look into now.
Yes.
But then we also need more storage.
Yes. Our storage area in the back is a bit of like just a trash hole right now. Not a trash hole, but it's just like a big old messy mess.
It's just not functional.
It's a big empty hole.
It's not functional.
It's very full.
It needs pull-out drawers that slide out. That way you can access things and then stick them back away and then close everything.
Because right now, to get to anything in the back, you have to take out everything from the front.
Well, depending on where it is. But yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It sucks sometimes.
I feel like your phone is having a little bit of a freak out.
That's just because my screen's cracked and it's like every time I move back or forward, it's like, oh shit, where'd it go?
Bye, Marilyn. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take eradicate off, turn heat on high, which will open up the core line. Wait until the temperature is up, rating 180. Burp it.
Top it off.
Wait. Yeah, honestly, I tried to do that, but I didn't turn the heater on. That's where I probably made the mistake then. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll do it tomorrow. We'll go throw some fluid in there because we definitely have lost some. So I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, we lost a
Not showing
lot.
the thermostat design, but another trick is to drill a very small hole in the flats section of the thermostat to stop the air and trap. Okay. I don't want to drill any holes into it, but I do appreciate that little trick.
That sounds scary.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd really have to know what you were doing to do that properly.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to mess anything up. So I get it. You would drill in through the top, that way it burps the bubbles out and the water stays in that path. But I don't want to drill into it. If I was in like a real pinch and had to, I'd go for it, but I'm not going to give that one a shot.
Yikes. Pot of hot water,
pour it over. Yeah.
I took a cold shower last night, which was not nice. We do have a water heater, but we don't have it turned on.
Yeah.
Like ever. So it seems kind of silly to even have.
I think the issue with that is we didn't plan on having it like stop at a certain point. We should have ran the line longer somehow and been able to plug it into the actual outlet. Because now we have to like open up the drawer and take out a bunch of stuff and then turn on that little breaker there and then wait for it to heat up and then we have hot water. But yeah, it's just another thing that you have to do a lot to get to it. So just like planning out your build properly so you can get to it right away and just turn it on and off as needed is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
Even if I could just turn the dial off, on the actual hot water heater, but we have no access
hot water
to it
heater is at the very back of that garage we were just talking about.
Maybe if I like cut out a door here in the middle and we're able to open it up and like reach in and turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Might be a good way of doing it.
I really want to cut one of Paco's nails.
You want to try it? Should we live stream?
Should we live it and watch him scream?
Do you want to hear how loud Paco screams when his nail doesn't get cut?
Oh my god. It's like terrifying. I legit don't know what to do about it. And the only we could get we need to make like a little scratch pad and see if you scratch it, but he's not like a big digger.
No.
So I don't know if that's even gonna work. And then the internet was basically like, or go to a vet and get him sedated and then they'll clip them for you.
Yeah.
But that sounds expensive.
I want to go back to the whole van thing. If we have any other van lifers on here, which I'm pretty sure we do, what has been your worst situation? Just breaking down and not being able to go anywhere. I want to know your situation as well.
Oh man,
getting tired, huh?
I am. I feel like it's been too much excitement and energy in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And we're not used to being instead.
A nail grinder, Great Dane, and Blue Lab, and they don't like their nails touched. But the file works wonders. He won't let us file him either.
Well, I just was trying to do it with a regular file. When we went to the dog groomer to get, because we were like, we can't do it ourselves. Let's go to the groomer.
Yep.
So we go to the groomer, and the groomer was like, well, I could use the Dremel, but it's louder and it will take longer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could buy one, get it shipped to your sister, pick it up on the way back, and then see.
I don't think he'll like it.
But we've already invested a lot of money in this guy's nails, and he doesn't seem to care.
No, he does not care.
It's just unfortunate because they're getting pretty long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think see, as soon as you open the drawer, he's wide-eyed.
Yeah, look, we'll let him smell it.
He'll sniff it. Fine.
Look,
so this is the one that we bought online.
Look.
He's
Instantly changed.
He's out.
Hey, don't go out there. Stay over here. Don't go out there. We're not going to clip him. Look. Done. Come on. Up. He's scared we're going to clip him now. Come on, we're not going to clip him. Come on.
We need to work more on getting him more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not sitting with you.
So the other night, for the first time, I actually had him putting his hand in my hand and shaking my hand and got him finally not biting it. Can you give me a paw? Shake. Yeah, good boy. Good job. I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job. Can we do it on right hand? Shake.
Gotta run. Thank you so much for stopping by. Then hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you for always tuning in. We appreciate you, and safe travels wherever you're going.
Yeah. I think we should probably get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm getting a headache.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like we appreciate you guys so much for stopping by. And thank you for the good vibes on the van breakdown. We really appreciate it.
And thanks for all the advice, too, as well.
Yes.
We really appreciate that. That's amazing.
We're building our van here. Oh, you're still building. Yeah, it is stressful.
Yeah, you know, that's part of the journey when you're traveling in a van. You know, you're gonna have breakdowns, you're gonna have moments where you just feel stuck, and you're gonna get through them. And believe me, all the happy moments and all the like wonderful things that we have done have been totally worth it. And this moment means absolutely nothing compared to those.
Yeah.
You know? So,
it's a temporary blip.
Yeah. Temporary.
Sure. But we'll find out tomorrow at the mechanic, and obviously we'll update you guys all in the weekly vlog. If you didn't see, we did have a video go live today that is a homestead tour. And then on Wednesday, we have another van tour going live from our friends at Drifter Journey. And then Saturday, we'll have an updated vlog that'll kind of bring you guys up to speed here.
Then there's another van tour that we have ready to go pretty soon. And
yeah, we got lots of good stuff coming, so be sure that you're subscribed. Yeah, I really, like, our plan was to get to the top of this mountain at this beautiful spot and film our van tour. So, what kind of wall? This is wainscoting.
Wainscoting, yeah, and we just painted it white.
It came white, but then we painted it white because it gets like messed up at the store and like in transit or whatever. So.
And then on the other side over there that you see on Alex's left over here, that's just plywood.
And a beautiful macrame project.
Jared, Sharon, good luck, you guys. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we're enjoying all the experiences and all the journey and every single thing that we learned. You know, we're very thankful for the life that we do live, and we're excited to keep going, you know, regardless of what's happening right now. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Have
guys.
a good night, everybody.
We love you.
Love you. We'll see you soon. We're going to try to do these lives more often. We had some technical issues at the beginning of this one, but hopefully we can get that sorted out.
Oh, in 11 months. Nice.
Nice. We'll see you on the road. Gold. We'll see you on the road.
We'll see you guys on the road.
All right.
Hopefully. Bye.
Good night. The dots.
Oh, sorry.
Or the X. Yes.